Rock Metal Nation, what is up? Real quick before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that Rock Metal Studios, the very same studio that brings you the Rock Metal podcast, is looking to help bands who are able to record their tracks either at home or in a professional recording studio, but need some help mixing. Go ahead and send me an email at therockmetalpodcast@gmail.com. That's therockmetalpodcast@gmail.com. We can go ahead and discuss mixing your tracks for free. The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 123 with Lillye. All right, so Rock Metal Nation, what is up? This is John from the Rock Metal Podcast. That sample you just heard was Who I'm Meant to Be by Lillye, who I've got on the show with me right now. Freshly signed to an exclusive worldwide deal with Eclipse Records. They've got a full album called Evolve, set to release later this year. And right now I'm being joined by vocalist Virginia Lillye and guitarist Maddie to share some stories about the music and share more info about the band. So guys, welcome to the show.
Hey,
thanks for having us,
as we say
man.
in Australia, g'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Great to have you guys on. Let's go listen back to that track, Who I'm Meant to Be. Coming back from Who I'm Meant to Be. Now, I love several things about this track. Number one, the music video, which we're going to talk about. I just about fell out of my chair. I thought it was amazing.
Oh,
It's a good music video, and at the same time, it's like they have a sense of humor. It's amazing. Just jamming in the pickup truck at full speed. I love it. So, which obviously goes with the track as well, because one of the things I love about the track is it kicks off and then it goes into this like syncopated verse that just eventually gets back into the trem picking, and it just kicks in and it says, "We're here to kick ass and take names." And I just love that track.
oh, thank you so much. We had so much fun recording it as well. It
Absolutely.
was actually, I think it was one of the first tracks we kind of got into.
Yeah.
And everything just rolled so easily. It was like being on the back of
I've been on the back of the
pickup truck.
Now, when you guys say it's a first track and then everything's kind of rolled from there, maybe take us through that process. What was the writing process like for the track?
It's actually surprisingly quick on that one. It's, I think all the diverse backgrounds of everyone kind of evolved into like a slamming kind of rock tune, and I think like chord wise and things like that, the main ethos was keep it a little bit more restrained than I normally would. So that was pretty cool, and I think it didn't take Virginia long to crank out some just those quality vocal melodies that you hear, and some pretty cool lyrical themes as well. So
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like Christian and Matt. Christian's a bass player. Most of our songwriting starts off with them two getting together and jamming some stuff out, and then they'll bounce that track across to me, and I'll listen to it, and then I instantly was like, oh, okay, this is where I hear this going. And I'll never forget, I was on my way to record like just some demo vocals down just to see how the track is going to evolve. I keep saying evolve, that's really weird. And
I wonder why.
I don't know why. And I was driving in the car. I'll never forget this. I was driving and I didn't have a chorus at the time. And I kept playing the track over and over in the car, and I'm driving to the studio, and then out of nowhere, because I was driving, it literally just came like a steam train. It was just like, drive! That's the chorus. There we go.
Now, I'm curious. You mentioned that you hadn't had a chorus yet. When you're working on tracks, do you... what do you do when you're working on that before you come up with everything? Do you just kind of like do a melody somehow, like hum it, or how does that whole thing work?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much melody is hummed, or I'll whack out my keyboard and just kind of see what notes fit into where, and try and come up with the most interesting and melodic and catchy chorus that I can find. So yeah, a lot of it is by the wing, by the fly, I should say. And just humming away, something will come up, and then other times it's more, let's say, technical, and pulling out the keyboard. And
sounds pretty technical to me, pulling out a keyboard.
Yeah. Maddie's a magician, he is.
Now, what is the story or inspiration behind the track?
Society trying to suppress you from expressing yourself as you really are. I guess it's like you've got all these pressures on you to conform to stuff, and people like us just, it doesn't work.
No, exactly. It was just, saying, this is who I am, and I'm not going to be changing for anybody else. And also, again, with that driving energy, it was just the more desire to be more of yourself, than not pleasing anybody else. So everything sort of just, everything enveloped into one another. It wasn't too hard to think about. And that's pretty much the message behind it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of driving, Rock Metal Nation, if you dug that track, Who I Meant to Be, if you go to today's show notes, www.therockmetalpodcast.ca, you can go and see the music video for Who I Meant to Be, which involves quite a bit of driving. Now, why don't you take us through how that music video came to be, like from idea to a conception to how you guys didn't fly out of that thing, like just the whole mess.
Well, we got... the director was this crazy half French, half Lebanese guy, and he's done a lot of great work for Coca-Cola and a few other big names. And we thought, oh man, he's going to be so expensive. But he sat down, he heard the song, and he was just like, okay, this is what I see. And we're fast pace, and and we're like, that's it? We're just on a truck? And he's like, yeah. That's it. You just got to be driving it. You're on a truck. We're like, okay. But yeah, we had full stunt training. In order for me to get out of the driver's seat and climb through the window onto a moving vehicle. I hope there's no road transport authorities listening.
And it was going as fast as it looks too.
Yeah, so we had stunt training. We were all harnessed up on the truck with safety wires, and it was stinking hot as well. It was like 35 degrees.
Killer.
Yeah, in the middle of
Celsius, so like.
Celsius, yeah. Oh, well, there. And yeah, it's bloody hot. Yeah. And I just got back from overseas, and I was sick as a dog. And where I was overseas, it was very dusty. So
you were still coughing up dust.
I was coughing up dust, and we were on the back of this truck, and it's dusty, and I've got these high boots on, and I'm harnessed up, and I was like, but the end result worked.
I actually broke a string miming, so that's
wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's funny because I was showing that to a friend of mine. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not legal. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you don't know where they're at that's not perfectly legal.
Oh yeah, bush dirt roads, mate. Anything goes.
It's funny because where I live now, you obviously couldn't do something like that. But there's other parts of the country I've lived in where there's some strange laws as far as backup pickup trucks go. Lack of restraint and all that jazz. So I'm like, no, I've been in parts of the world where you probably could do something like that. So
it was actually funny. The day before the shooting, before we shot the video, we actually just went round in the local suburban streets. Harnessed up, and everyone just looking, going, what is going on here? That is illegal.
Handing out cards for your next show. By the way, here you are.
Exactly, yeah, loudspeaker.
Space to advertise.
Yeah, publicity stint. Cool. Let's go listen to the next track, Under.
contemplation, adaptation, translation, gravitation, Concentration, evacuation, meditation, intoxication, dehydration, aggravation, levitation, I need to go, need to see what's in my head. One more tango with the enemy. 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 The enemy.
Rock Metal Nation, it's John from the Rock Metal Podcast for a real quick break to let you know that Jay over at Metal Mayhem Radio is looking to help you get your band in rotation on his station. So go ahead and hit up Jay at studio@metalmayhemradio.co.uk. That is studio@metalmayhemradio.co.uk. Just go ahead and say that the Rock Metal Podcast sent you. He'll get you into rotation on Metal Mayhem Radio. All right, come back from under. Now, I don't want to say it's a different track, but it feels more melodic to me, just all across the board.
Okay.
There's probably there's a lot more collaboration in that one. So that was I think myself and the other guitarist came up with the more melodic parts in that one. But yeah, I suppose that does lend itself to sound like there's more going on, I guess. Who we're meant to be is a little bit more straight up
Yeah.
in comparison. But,
Yeah, I think Under has there, like you say, it's a little bit more colourful as far as layers and melody direction and stuff, definitely, yeah.
Cool. Now, what's the story or inspiration behind Under?
I think it was, again, just that feeling of pressure from relationships and everything, and just, an addiction to whatever that may be, whether it's shopping or or
believe it or not, I'm not very good at relationships, so it tends to help
Oh.
in the songwriting process.
yeah, so
So under the pressure, I guess, is what the missing phrase is, eh?
yep, that's the one.
All right. Now, for Rock Metal Nation who dug the track Under, if you go to today's show notes, that's www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. As a bonus, you can go and see the music video for Under. Go and take us through the process for the music video for Under.
Oh, there was a lot of running involved.
Yeah, we like physical, strenuous activities in our videos, which you'll see in the debut video for the album as well. It's quite funny. Anyway, we shot it. It was another hot day, believe it or not. And there was a lot of running around in bushes, and the boys had to dive into a disgusting, dirty,
it was like dead
infested
animals in this big lake.
river.
And the lake about 0 was freezing, and I had a 3-piece suit on jumping into it. And, yeah, it smelled like the dead coming out of it.
Yeah, and Dave Mollen was the director on that one. He's a very good friend of ours and great musician also. And he actually directed our future video, so the debut video from the album. He directed that one as well. So, yeah, we got together with Dave and kind of said, okay, let's just see what happens, basically. Seeing it was our first video as well, so we kind of had a bit of an idea what we were going to do, and the rest was kind of done on the day.
Yeah, and there were bits that were shot inside a World
World
War
War II
II
bunker.
communications bunker. So it was,
All right.
that was good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always good finds when you're trekking out and say, oh, I could use that in a music video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cool stuff. Now, so you guys having a new album coming out May 18th called Evolve. Go ahead and tell us a bit about that.
Evolve, well, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's the band evolving. It's still got a lot of kick-ass tunes on there. We're very excited about it. It's been in the works for a bit.
Yeah, the writing took a while, but yeah, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
so-
when you say the writing took a while, is just a little more thought put into it, or how does that translate?
I think so, yeah.
Especially with the arrangements, I think, because, you don't want to go down a track of repeating yourself and just being stuck in one kind of vibe. Like, just spread the wings a little bit more. Not stay true to your roots, obviously, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Groovy. All right, so for Rock Metal Nation, who is frothing at the ears, waiting for Evolve to come out on May 18th, how can they stay in touch with you guys? Is there a website that they should go to?
Absolutely. We've got lillye.net, which is LILLYE.net, and there's also our Facebook page, which is LILLYE band. And of course on Twitter and Instagram and, all your normal social websites. But yeah, predominantly Facebook, we answer straight away. Like if you want to hit us up and say, hey, how you doing? Or you want to buy a t-shirt, or you want to know what color underwear Matt wears, or any crazy questions, we'll get back to you.
Flesh colour.
A flesh. Oh, if you could only see viewers what he looks like.
Perfect. Well, guys, unless there's anything else you wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on to the Rock Metal Podcast and sharing Lillye with Rock Metal Nation.
Thank you so much for having us, John. It was an awesome pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Lillye. Big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.